Christ. I've set up this device to stimulate the whale's nervous system, with the intention that doing so will prolong oil secretions and squeeze more of the precious fluid from each catch. Unfortunately, this device may lead to the instant death of the beast if too much power is used. Filling both tanks and activating the device extinguishes all life function in an instant, a painless and quick experience for the whale, but at the loss of additional revenue that can be generated by sustaining it as long as possible.
About time for me to get a promotion. To get a saw.
Shut up.
Butcher's Crew.
Come on. You let me, yeah. It's in his office. Me. So unhappy.
You were working for Ramsey. How long? How much does he know by now?
No, this is about the workers. This is about fair pay and safe conditions.
Don't bother. You're not the first of his moles I've caught. What happened, Abigail? I trusted you. Extra elixir rations, bags of coins, bonuses. But you're about to see that my generosity is counterbalanced by a very inhumane side.
Mr. Rothwild, Bundry.
Don't call me that. That privilege is lost to you.
You don't know Ramsey. When he comes for me, he'll kill you. He'll gut you like the street filth you are, and feed you to the rats.
Now it comes out. No one is coming. I've broken your strike, and my butchers are the finest fighters in Dunwall. Miss Ames, you're about to find out a few things I learned. When I was a gaffer, I can do things that don't even hurt at first. This conversation is going to last a long, long time.
Is anyone there? I know you. Well, Dowd, what do you want with me?
I'm not here for you. I'm here to learn about a ship called the Delilah.
Did the Lord Regent send you? That old fool, Hiram Burrows. I know all about the Delilah. All of it. And I can give you exactly what you want.
Please do.
Not so fast. I need something from you in exchange.
That's what I thought. What?
We're both professionals, Mr. Dowd. I was hired to get these gutless workers striking, which I did very nicely. And then destroy the slaughterhouse itself. That's where I got caught. And that's where I need your help.
How?
The whale oil in those tanks out there is enough to destroy this entire place. The important industrial bits, especially. Just open all the valves at once to let the oil start flowing. The pressure will go out of control, and... boom.
What about the people inside?
Growing a conscience? The factory workers are already out. My boss will hire them on, in better conditions than they'd ever see here. Not the butchers, though. They can die screaming for all I care.
Don't try and con me.
Wouldn't dream of it. Here's the key. Don't get caught. You take care of the slaughterhouse, and I'll tell you everything I know about the Delilah.
You know, I could put you in Rothwild's interrogation chair myself. Why should I bargain with you?
Because it's a long and messy solution. And I'm gambling you're not the kind of man who likes that. Make a deal with me, and I can tell you what you want, and pay you for your trouble.
I'll consider it.
So I can put him in the chair.
The Empress should have hired you to protect her. We'd be living in a different world now.
5 injuries reported over the span of a week, resulting in 2 fatalities. Rothwild. The interrogation chair is set up in the meat locker and fully powered. We have run some test runs on a few of the most problematic laborers. They spill all of their secrets very quickly. They seem to die easily after about 4 treatments. She is ready for you when you need her. Granville, butcher foreman. Put her in the chair. Nah. Captain Withers, all the cargo destined for Samara, Tivia, has been approved. Please delay loading until just before departure. There is a special delivery that was to be prepared by Foreman Ames, but she has been detained at the moment, so the particular shipment is suspended for now. If the special package has not been prepared by sundown, you may depart on schedule and other arrangements will be made. Remember, only our approved list of crewmen are allowed to handle this delicate cargo. Marine Clerk Williamina Boward. So I can... Blacklight. Jeez, thank you for the 1,000 bits. Good afternoon, Snake. I hope your evening is going well. How am I enjoying the
way you
DLC?
fight, the things you can do. You could change the Empire. If you set your mind to it. I wonder why you never did.
I'm enjoying it thus far. God. Bundry Rothwild, the opportunist. Young Rothwild was never convicted for any of the killings. In all cases, the courts ruled that he had acted in self-defense or in the defense of his property. Not that his property was substantial. The Rothwilds were not a family of means, and depended heavily on the charity of the Abbey of the Everyman. The senior Rothwild went down with the whaling ship Huntress when Bundry was only 10 years old. His mother Ruth Rothwild, that's a name, was lost the following year to an industrial accident in the bottle-making factory where she worked. Rothwild became the sole guardian for his younger brother and managed to support them both by hanging around the harbor, doing odd jobs for whalers who had known his father or others on the Hunters. By then, Bundry Rothwild was already familiar with the club and the knife, and was no stranger to odd occurrences. Things went from bad to worse for Rothwild when, on his 13th birthday, his younger sibling was taken by the overseers. Allegedly, the boy failed the successive trials and did not return home. Rothwild lacked the funds to pay an investigator, and no subsequent hint of his brother's fate has ever been learned. His latest tragedy to befall Bundry Rothwild instilled in him a view that the world itself was malevolent and hungry for life, especially innocent life. After a time of black mourning, he approached the whaling ship Cutter and began learning the trade from the crew. Rothwild took to whaling with great success. At sea he hunted the beasts with a single-minded purpose, and would take extraordinary risks in locating and harpooning his prey. Among the crew, those men he could not beat senseless, he outwitted. Could not beat scentless, beat the scent off of them. In short order, he petitioned the maritime barrister Arnold Timsh. That is a weird name. To grant young Rothwild a whaling license, paying significant fees himself rather than relying on a sponsor for the funds. The rapid ascent of Bundry. I was saying Bundry before. But that's because it says Bundry there. There's a typo. Rothwild had begun. Oops. Howdy, Servicchio. So where in the hell? It says it's right over there. However, oh, it is. I just need to actually go into the room. Well, enough lettuce, lad. How about you? Al Bundy from Oh No. Ames negotiations. Mr. Rothwild. My research on Abigail Ames has turned up nothing. She has no close kin that we can leverage. Looks like the plague took her sister and mother. Her father died on a whaling ship of your predecessor about 10 years ago. As far as blackmail goes, she's got no secrets I could uncover. Devout as an overseer, it seems. Not surprising, since she's rejected every blackmail offer to come her way. I don't think she's making a power play. She seems to legitimately have the best interest of the laborers in mind. As I interview the workers, it seems she really has them in thrall. They'll do whatever she says, and their belief in her is absolute. If something happens to her, as in like an accident or something, I expect they'll riot. I'll keep searching for an angle on her, but in the meantime, I advise leaving her intact. It might be worth even considering some of her reforms. I know that doesn't suit you, but at least it would buy some time and get the workers back in here. The butchers lack the finer skills to keep this place operational. Your servant, G. So where? Oh, where? That's handy. Let's play the... Where is that interrogation room game? Oops. I don't know if I actually want to interrogate him. Oh yeah, I can blink. Let's see. Where are you? I remember this. I wasn't here before. Have a good night, Palace. Don't pass out. In your chair, at least. I didn't think I could stand on this. Knowing my luck, the second gross. Also hazed. Thank you for the 105 bits. I'd ask you to say I love you, but I don't want you to leave. For the content, brother, you're very kind. And thank you. There's the interrogation point. Canned clam chowder. Good call. Are we talking New England or otherwise?
I'll make sure you get to enjoy this.
What? What? That's... Lady. Hate to break it to you, but I'm not, Okay. I really just want that save combination.
What do you want to know that's worth crossing a man like me?
I want to know about a ship named Delilah. What's behind the name?
Choke on your own spit.
Alright, that's fine. Just leave him there. I'm so annoyed. Roger, Wrath. Appreciate it. Torture, then kill. No, I'm just gonna skip right to the killing. Gotta go right now. Boy, that's not where I want to be. There's one more valve. There's right there. Along with a message. I'd be concerned. Been a huge mistake. Oops.
Insanity.
It's done. Time is short. Now, about the Delilah.
You're saying the Murky Waters assassin. Now, they say that ship was sold to Rothwild cheap by one of his business partners, a barrister Arnold Timch. They plan to sell a portion of the whale oil on the black market, instead of giving it to the Lord Regent. Treason. Would that be why you're here?
My reasons are my own. The black market doesn't concern me.
Interesting. Because that's only half the story. Arnold Timsh sold that ship to Rothwild because he was afraid of its namesake. Timsh fell in love with a painter named Delilah. It was the scandal of the season. That shrunken old ledger acting like a giddy schoolboy over a nobody. A former serving girl from Greenwald Tower.
Let me guess. It didn't end well.
It never does. But there's a mystery to this one. Something happened that frightened him very much. He dropped her overnight and sold the ship for a quarter of what it's worth. And Barrister Timsh is not a man who scores easily. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask him yourself. But I very much doubt he'll tell you.
Lady, I strongly recommend you exit. Complains about the cold. You need to maintain smooth operations, and I do appreciate that you have donated a space for me to carry out the Academy's research on these beasts. But I must protest that my annex is located in a freezing meat locker. While the Tivian nature of this room reminds me of my home, it also makes my research all the more challenging, and I can assure you that the potential in my work far outstrips the importance of all the whale meat and oil you can harvest. I beseech you for a kinder space closer to the whale, where I may continue my march towards the future with a focused mind. Ow. God damn it. Ow. Fine. As soon as I remember how to get the hell out of here.